Extra, extra, we're back with another entry. Today's entry is about the reason why players can't hate the game because of one African American man's contribution. Let's get into the article. Today's Google Doodle celebrates Jerry Lawson, the quote, father of the video game cartridge, end quote. Google's interactive doodle today celebrates the life and accomplishments of video game pioneer Gerald Jerry Lawson on what would have been his 82nd birthday. The doodle lets you play 5 retro pixel art platformers in your browser, with 2 even letting you play as Lawson. The doodles' creators want to inspire young people to follow in his footsteps, and it includes a built-in level editor and creator to nudge them on that path. Lawson was known as the so-called father of the video game cartridge, which he developed as director of engineering and marketing at Fairchild Semiconductor. In 1976, the company released the Fairchild Channel F home console, with Lawson serving as lead developer. The Channel F, the F stood for fun, was the first system with interchangeable game cartridges, a novel concept in an era when games were permanently coded into hardware. Interchangeable ROM-based cartridges were a massive breakthrough that let users build entire libraries rather than playing one game ad nauseum. Today's doodle includes games from guest artists and game designers Davion Gooden, Lauren Brown, and Momo Pixel. Quote, "The concept starts with the player as a little Jerry Lawson," end quote, explained Brown. Quote, "This takes us through anecdotes about Jerry's life, parts of his journey that he went about to create the cartridge. Once you complete the level, you then get to create your own game with an editor that allows you to reimagine the level design and innovate like Jerry Lawson did," end quote. Along with the cartridge advancement, Lawson's Channel F was the first console with an 8-way joystick and a pause menu. Although it wasn't a commercial success, Channel F's innovations would influence later systems that dominated home gaming over the following decades. It was a predecessor to platforms like the Atari 2600 and the Nintendo Entertainment System. Even in today's world of always online digital games, the top-selling console, the Nintendo Switch, still optionally uses a form of cartridges. Wow. Lawson faced considerable challenges during his early years at Fairchild as an African-American man in a field that wasn't known for being racially diverse. He noted that working as an engineer as a 6'6" black man would surprise people, with some reacting with, quote, total shock, end quote, when they saw him for the first time. Additionally, he was one of only 2 black members of the Homebrew Computing Club. This group included Apple co-founders Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, along with other Silicon Valley pioneers. After his innovations at Fairchild, Lawson left in 1980 to start his own company, VideoSoft, one of the first black-owned video game development firms. VideoSoft closed 5 years later, and Lawson consulted engineering and video game companies for the rest of his career. He passed away in 2011 at 70 from diabetes complications. Quote, "When people play this doodle, I hope they're inspired to be imaginative," end quote, said Anderson Lawson, Jerry's son. Quote, "And I hope that some little kid somewhere that looks like me wants to get into game development. Hearing about my father's story makes them feel like they can," end quote. Anderson Lawson, we're going to make sure your daddy story get out there. Not your daddy, your father. We're going to make sure his story gets out there with Google and the rest of the internet. Mr. Jerry Lawson, fly high. Thank you for suffering through the plights that you went through with the greatest of the whites. They started what they started, representing Silicon Valley or whatever. Man, I started in the Sega Genesis era, which went to a Sega CD. But anyways, it's time for us to part ways. If you're a hater, hate the game, give it a thumbs down. If you like today's content and you learned something, hit the like button. If you want others to see the contributions of a great African-American man, hit the share button. I don't mind. And till the next video, peace. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a call to action. Don't forget to smash that notification bell so you can be notified on anything. Support the channel, support the black-owned business. You can pick up the Hell Hath an Exit series and learn how to get out of a hard situation and stay out of one permanently. Or you could get the Book of Life series and learn about race relations between the black and white races in North America as well as abroad. One link, 4 ebooks, each an hour-long read. You could be liberated in an hour or less. It's all up to you. I dropped it in your lap. It's from the No Power to You Boss Man, baby.